Hey guys, Zach here and welcome to my top 10 PC strategy games to watch in 2014. Now, strategy games aren't always the go-to gaming genre for a lot of gamers, but 2014 is looking like an absolutely amazing year of releases and developments to keep an eye on. If you aren't already a strategy gamer, you might want to consider jumping in this year. First up, we've got The Banner Saga by Stoic Studio. It's a Viking-themed tactical turn-based strategy game that has a surprisingly complex combat system and an unbelievably beautiful aesthetic. It seems to be influenced a lot by the principles of chess, and the tricky bit comes in when you realize that your unit's health is also the damage they deal. There is a free multiplayer version of the game called The Banner Saga Factions, so give that a try to see if it'll be surprisingly fun for you as well. Then we have Age of Wonders 3 by Triumph Studios. It's a turn-based fantasy strategy game that is a continuation of the story of previous games from over a decade ago. You take on the role of a political military leader on one of two sides and play from a range of 6 races, 6 classes, along with domains of magic and alignments, in this tactical game steeped in complex lore and an engaging storyline. Then we have Galactic Civilizations 3 by Stardock. It's a 4X turn-based strategy game where humans and aliens compete against each other for domination of our galaxy, research technologies, explore and colonize new worlds while engaging in diplomatic intrigue with other races for survival and expansion. The game will feature hex-based game tiles and will support multiplayer, so be prepared to 4X it up with your friends all through the galaxy. Then we have Starlords by Arcavi Studios. If Galactic Civ 3 isn't enough for you, we have another 4X turn-based space strategy where you'll take control of one of the game's races and expand across the stars, designing and building your own ships. Trading and diplomacy are a big part of the game, and combat is turn-based on hex-tiled boards. Only the mightiest ruler can prevail in the depths of space. Next, we have Planetary Annihilation by Uber Entertainment, a real-time strategy featuring a planet-based map system with a variety of planets and asteroids. Gameplay will focus more on the macro aspect of strategy games, but the goal is to support thousands of units in a single game, conquer other planets or even entire systems said to include hundreds of worlds. As the title suggests, annihilating planets is an option, so get ready for some large-scale obliteration. Then we have Massive Chalice by Double Fine, a tactical fantasy strategy game where the idea is to give you the ability to play as multiple generations of a family. You play as an immortal king or queen, defending your realm from a demonic invasion that lasts hundreds of years. You control heroes in tactical combat, but the war outlives them, so you need to nurture heroic bloodlines in a kind of heroic selective breeding. The game really doesn't have too much information on it right now, but it's by Double Fine, so it's worth keeping our eyes on. Next up, we got Clockwork Empires by Gaslamp Games. It's a real-time colonial strategy game where you take on the role of a junior bureaucrat sent forth to seek fame, promotions, and natural resources to feed the needs of industry and commerce. Build a colony, oppress laborers, and use the power of steam. Drive your people to resort to becoming cultists, axe murderers, or even worse, in the goal of supplying an industrial revolution back home. Then we have Goddess by 22 Cans, a real-time strategy god game that claims to be the regenesis of the god game genre. The idea is to be a supreme being over a population who you help to develop and grow into a blossoming civilization, while sculpting the land to your liking and instilling love and or fear as you wish. At the moment, the game still seems like it's in early development and its future is unclear if it will be able to live up to expectations. Definitely need to keep a close eye on this one to see if it becomes a magical experience or just not. And then we've got Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft by Blizzard. It's a free-to-play digital collectible card game set in the Warcraft universe. It's not easy coming up with a competitive game, let alone one that would work as a spectator sport, but Blizzard isn't new to making games like that. The game is highly addictive, easy to pick up, and surprisingly complex. Play from a range of classes and fill your deck with powerful spells and dangerous creatures in the hopes of destroying your opponent in a duel to the death. And finally, we've got StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void by Blizzard. How can I possibly leave this sci-fi real-time strategy out? In this final expansion to the StarCraft 2 trilogy, we focus on the Protoss and the journeys of Zeratul in a fight against an evil lurking in the depths of space. New units, new strategies, and a reinvigorated esports scene are all up and coming when Legacy of the Void is finally unleashed into our nerdy hands. Now, most of these games should be releasing this year, but either way, you should keep an eye on developments to see if these games will strategize their way to the top or just be an unfortunate misclick. Alright, that wraps up my top 10 PC strategy games to watch in 2014. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, drop me a like or share it with your friends. The support is always appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.